Hey guys, y'all. Somebody just tooted at me a while ago. Let me see. Let me get. Yeah, my light's still on. Good night, everyone. I mean, like, good night. Not that I'm leaving, just good night. Because it's not time. All right, welcome to the Bash Chat. If you are not subscribed to the channel and you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Hang out with us. Let's chit chat. So this channel is really gonna be like reality tea, sister wives, teen mom, 90 Day Fiance, trash talking Big Ed. I don't like Big Ed. What else? Anything like celebrity related. I see you, Sherry. Hey, Sherry. I hope you're feeling good, Sherry. So anything celebrity related, like if a celebrity passes away, like my Lisa Marie video and like Barbara Walters probably would have been here if I was already separating my content, but I wasn't. So that channel is strictly true crime. This channel will be for anything else, celebrity, trending topics. That is strictly true crime. So if you want to subscribe to this channel, please subscribe to it. We will do live streams over on the other channel. Isn't it so weird? We will do live streams over on the other channel here and there. Um, but probably the hangouts I feel like might be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out because I just feel like that channel needs to be like more professional because it's like true crime. I think. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me there? To keep that channel more professional with true crime, and this channel could be like the channel where I do like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm here for the trash talking Big Ed. Did you hear about Angelina is flirting with Dina's brother-in-law? What? Y'all, I've seen pictures of Angelina where she legit looks like Kim Kardashian. Like for a second, I'm thinking that it's Kim. I'm like, wait, that's Angelina. It's like Angelina went to her doctor, like her plastic surgeon, and was like, make me look like this. And it's a picture of Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if she had plastic surgery. I'm just saying. It seems like it. She looks great. You think my way sounds good? Roxanne says, what happened to TikTok? Um, I just decided to do it here. We're still not monetized on this channel. I'm still trying to grow this channel a little bit bigger. So I probably need to be doing live streams over here. Oh, that sounds so painful. I have a relative that like literally could not drink like any type of like Coke or what. Does Coke make them worse? Because that's what they would always tell us. Like he would come over to the house and we would like be, our parents would be like, go get us something to drink out the freezer, refrigerator. What do we call it? Icebox. My mom will be like, go get us some Cokes out the icebox, but don't get Frankie a Coke. He can't have Cokes because of his kidney stones. Get him a Sprite. If you bring comedy like Fix True Crime channel, it might be taken the wrong way. That's true. So to get monetized on this channel, I was monetized on this channel um, when I first put it out. Um, oh, I had to go back and read your comment, Roxy. When I first started this channel back in 2019, the very end of 2019, it got monetized like that within like 2 days. Um, you had to have 1,000 followers, and I got 1,000 followers in like hours. Um, but because I haven't posted anything on here in so long, I got hair. Um, if you go like a year without posting on your channel, they will remove monetization. And I haven't posted on here in that amount of time. So I'm not monetized. And I even got an email like 4 or 5 months ago or something saying like, hey, if you don't post content on the Bash Chat within 30 days, it's going to be demonetized. You're going to lose your monetization. And I was just kind of like, oh, well, it'll be all right. Like, I don't have time for the Bash Chat right now for that channel. So, like, when I have time for it, we'll get it back monetized. So, right now, where we're at, you have to have at least 1,000 followers, which we're good there. I have 5,000. And then you have to have over 4,000 watch hours, which I'm halfway there. I'm at 2.5. So, you know, it'll come. It's coming. Um, Do you think Brianna should be fired from Teen Mom after the fight with Ashley? I got so much to talk about with that. Like, yes. Well, I don't like Ashley. I mean, Brianna. I don't like Ashley either. Um, After the way that I saw her talk to her landlord, because you don't talk to people like that. So, honestly, Brianna has played the race card with no proof to back it up to try to get people fired off the show just because she didn't like them. Brianna is very, 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 very messy. So here's the thing: it's good for the ratings. It's good for the ratings. But do I think they deserve to be paid? $250,000 for 3 months worth of work? No. Um, the last episode of Teen Mom, I was like, because if you guys remember when this actually happened, news come out that they were filming. Yes, keep your monthly membership for the LB channel. This channel is going to be separate. I mean, I wish I could do the memberships over here, but it don't allow me to. Like YouTube handles memberships. I can't even like transfer it so you guys can be members here and there. I don't even think I can have members right now. Everybody says, "Elle, I work 40 hours a week." You definitely work. Well, I'm telling you, y'all have no idea how much I've been working lately. And the reason why is because since I've started covering true crime, every one of my videos get limited ads, and I'm getting good views. I'm getting good views. I'm growing. So all the positives are there. Good views, growing, but I'm just not making nowhere near what I was making. I mean, you wouldn't even believe it. Like if I was to total up the amount of hours that I work strictly for my channel versus like my page, and this is not me e-begging, this is just me saying like the reality of true crime. So when people's like, she's covering this story for money, like I'm sorry, but I don't make a lot of money on true crime. My channels are like, I'm not like 10 to Life, like where my videos get 250,000 views or 500,000 views. My channel's getting like, from 5 to 30,000. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So if you ever hear somebody say that I'm doing this for clicks and views, well, of course I want to get paid. But true crime, no. True crime is not where it's at, okay? Which is why I am bringing up the Bash Chat, because I have to make money. I have to help support my family. But we're going to talk about all that. We'll talk about Teen Mom really quickly. So when it went down and reports came out that there was a fight that happened. Yeah, I love Tender Life. I like her. There was a fight that took place, and Brianna and her mama was booted and had to go home, and Ashley and her mama was booted and had to go home. When that came out months ago, and all the girls started posting about it on like TikTok or like Twitter and Instagram, everybody seemed to be on Brianna's side, Brianna and Roxanne's side, right? And Ashley was like, when the footage comes out, y'all gonna see. Like, we went in there trying to get along with everybody. Y'all gonna see. Yeah, like, of course, like, this is my job, so I want to make money. But I have realized, covering, like, reality TV versus true crime, I feel like I'm doing something covering true crime. Like, bringing awareness to, like, the Quentin Simon case. Bringing awareness to, like, the Athena Strand and Athena Brown. That does something for your soul. You know what I'm saying? And when you have people reach out and say, like the other day I had a guy related to like Athena Strand, I think that's who it was, reach out and say, hey, can you please let everybody know we're having a softball tournament for Athena Strand? Like all the money will go to XYZ. And I put that out there, So true crime is definitely a passion. You feel like you're doing something that matters. While Teen Mom is more of like covering reality TV. Reality TV is just like for fun, for fun. But true crime makes you feel like you're doing something. But you don't make a lot of money. So I want to make money doing it for sure. I put so much time into it. But I got 6 kids in that house. Would I, retweet about a story or copy a link and post to my Facebook to bring awareness to a story. If I wasn't doing this, sure, you know. But I'm not just doing that. I'm not just retweeting a tweet or posting an article. I'm putting in. I'm taking notes about stories. I mean, since I've been in this office alone, I've filled up like 5 notebooks from like research and articles, and I'm in here watching video after video after video, taking notes about things, or reading article after article after article, taking notes about things to make things make sense, so I can cover that story. And I deserve to be paid for my time, because if I wasn't in here researching all of that to put it out to everyone, to bring awareness to it, I could be inside with my kids. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm not trying to get rich off true crime, off like oh, she's trying to get rich off of dead babies. Like, people, literally, I've seen that comment. Like, it's a shame she's trying to get rich off dead babies. Like, first off, some people do get rich off YouTube, but I'm not gonna be the one. My luck ain't that good. Second off, I deserve to be paid because I put so much work into this, but I do care about the cause as well. Okay, I'm not one of those YouTubers that don't care. I care. I have a very strong love for kids. Um, we're going over two different topics, two different topics, two different topics. But do you guys want to talk about the Teen Mom stuff, and then we'll talk about all the drama stuff after that, or what? Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know what I feel like? I feel like if somebody accuses you of doing that, it's because that's how their mind works. Like, oh, if I was going to put all my time into YouTube, I want to get rich off of it. I don't know. I just feel like that's like their mind. Oh, true crime is a lot more work than reality TV. Because, like, reality TV, you can watch the show, takes like an hour, take your little notes, and then give your opinion. You don't have to have everything down to the detail of what happened, which I am kind of like that. But you don't have to have everything down to the detail, like the date's correct. You can just say, the other day, Brianna did XYZ. You don't have to say on August 24th, 2017, right, Brianna did XYZ. When you're covering true crime, like, dates matter, everything matters. So you remind me of a celebrity in your face. I just don't know who. I'm trying to think of a few people I've been told that I look like. I've been told I look like Anna Duggar, one of the Gypsy Girls. There was a reality TV show like on TLC about Gypsy girls. One of the Gypsy Girls, Anna Duggar. Who else? Reese Witherspoon. Yes. All apologies. Yes, that I'm covering the Vaughn story again to get more people to my channel. First off, that's not true. The reason I covered it is because, okay, so I said from jump, like, when I cover a topic, I want to cover it. I want to cover it. I want to, from beginning to end, if possible. So, like Quentin Simon, when I started covering it, I'm going to cover as many updates as possible. If she goes to trial, I'm going to cover it, like whatever it is. So, whatever topics I start covering, I introduced my audience, which a lot of you may have already known due to other channels, but I know I introduced some people to the Marvon McCray story. And people was like, oh my God, like, they wanted updates on him. They wanted to know. I mean, even now, if I even mention, or even now, even if I don't mention, I've had people come to my stream like, hey, is there an update on Marvon? You know? Um, so I will definitely look into that. I've seen previews for that. I love a mama's boy. I'll look into that. Kind of like Sandra Bullock. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. But I'm not going to be one of those creators that, because the creators that are haters, just because they don't like me, they've never taken the time to watch me, to actually see what I'm about. They just decide they hate me. There's a couple of those out there. So just because they're doing a lot of content about me and lying about me because they don't want me to cover a specific topic, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be scared into not finishing a topic that I introduced you guys to. I said whenever that whenever that report came out saying that he had passed, and I thought that it was legit. I did a live stream, talking about it, just like I would do with anything else. Just like when Quentin Simon was missing, when we got confirmation that, or when we found out that law enforcement officers told Billy Joe that his remains were at a landfill. The second that broke, I'm like getting the information and I go live. We're talking about a missing child. We're talking about a missing child, and then bam, law enforcement says that his remains are in a landfill. So I hop on and I tell you guys. Then, when his remains were positively ID, when they were found, jump on a live, they found him. Okay. Then, whenever positively ID with the remains, I jumped on and I tell you guys that is true crime. When you cover these stories, that's what you do. Even if it's been 6 months and no updates have happened in the story that you were covering. If something happens, then you get back on your channel and you say, hey, you guys remember that story we were covering about so-and-so? Well, there's an update. This is happening. So that's what happened in the Marvin McRae story, okay? So, okay. So he was a Marine. He is a Marine. His wife, an influencer with like over 600,000 followers on Facebook. She also sold for paparazzi. She was pretty successful. Vaughn Marine, medical discharge out, I believe. They seemed happy and healthy at first. They started this like weird diet, alkaline diet, and vegan diet, and taking kratom a lot. She started a more holistic approach in terms of like medication. She didn't like want to take medication. She wanted to take like natural remedies when they would be sick. Vaughn and her lost a ton of weight to the point where Vaughn looked like 30 years older than he really was. Like before this, she was heavy set, beautiful lady, really good at makeup. That's kind of how she became super. That's how she grew her following on Facebook, because she did makeup really well. And she was selling paparazzi as well. So, anyways, she was funny. She's funny. She was funny. So she grew. She had 600,000 followers, but she just went from like a heavyset girl to like rail thin. And then Marvin was, decent size, Marine to like rail thin, and he ended up he aged like really bad. He looked much older than he was. There were some problems in their marriage apparently that came out because Vaughn tried to S himself. He attempted S to unalive himself. And I guess I'm gonna have to start saying words like that, but I don't want to. I have been one of those channels that I'll say it and people appreciate that I will say it, but I'm telling you, YouTube is like knuckled down on it. So when this happened, she didn't tell her followers immediately that anything happened. At some point later, she does tell her followers that her husband is in the hospital, in a coma, on life support, but she says it's due to seizures. So Vaughn had started having seizures pretty bad. I mean, he would have like 8 in a day. And she would like be live and like show him in a seizure. Like, it was kind of strange. So after she announced that he, was in a coma, his biological parents was like, oh my God, what happened? And like apparently she wouldn't respond to them. So they contacted like law enforcement and found out that he was in a coma not because of suicide, but because he tried to off himself. And apparently they were trying to get in touch with Dre, his wife, to like go see him. Allegedly she wasn't responding. So they actually like reached out to like friends, like we need to put this out there to the media, to the public, that our son is in a coma and his wife is not giving us no information, and we had to find out through social media that he was in a coma, and now she's lying to us and she won't let us go see him. So somebody started a Facebook account like Justice for Marvin, and they started reaching out to different creators on YouTube, wanting them to cover this story. Like it was asked of creators like Tend to Life, like I don't know. I know Christina Randall was asked. Who else? A few other big creators was asked, and they didn't do it. So they asked Molly Golightly. She ended up taking it on. Justin ended up taking it on. My moderator, Candy, ended up seeing it on Facebook, and she was like, Elle, you got to check this out about this story. Like, it's so sad. So I started looking it up, and sure enough, there was just a lot of questions, because you're like, hold up, what? Like, why wouldn't his parents know what was happening? Like, why wouldn't his mom and dad know that he was in a coma? Why would they have to find it out through social media? And then why did you lie about why he was in a coma? Like, if you're going to tell people, if you are finally going to tell your following that he's in a coma, why not just say the truth? Or just say, like, I don't feel comfortable, you know, saying why right now. Like, I don't feel comfortable saying why he's in a coma. But to lie makes you look, well, like a liar. You know what I'm saying? And it makes people question what else you're lying about. So then, well, yes, she was. No, I don't think Katie Joy was asked, but she did start covering it. I don't know if anybody went to her and asked her to cover it, but she did start covering it. Katie started covering it. Molly, Justin, and Molly and Katie started working together covering it, but then they had a huge falling out um, because Katie put out some info, and people was going to Molly saying, "Is this true? Is this true? Is this true?" And Molly's like, I cannot confirm that. Like, I don't know if that's true. So Molly did a video saying, look, I can't confirm this. Like what Katie's over there saying on her channel about XYZ, I don't know that. I can't confirm it, so I can't confirm. And that caused her and Katie to have like a big blowout, and then it was like really bad. And Von's story just got muddied down with drama, and it sucked. And um, when my moderator introduced me to the story, I went down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Just really watching so many of her videos and finding myself enjoying her content, the older content. She was funny. She did her makeup really well. Beautiful family. Marvin seemed like a great guy. They did content where they would like dress up like old people, and it was just hilarious or whatever. So I took 4 days to deep dive into Marvin and Dre's story, so I could do a video on it. And I did a video that did really well. I mean, it was put together so good. I was really proud of it. It's like a 30-minute video, and I thought I did so good, honestly. Like, let me see if I can find it. I mean, it was mentioned in articles. My video that talked about the Dre McCray and Marvin McCray story was mentioned in like 2 articles, I believe. Hold on, I'll show you guys. So after that, when I did that, when I put that video out there, another creator that I've never worked with before said, oh wow, like I liked your video. Actually, it was Molly. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna. It was Molly. Molly said Molly and Justin were the 2 main channels covering this at the time, and Molly commented and said, "Hey, hit me up. We could cover this together if you want to come on my panel." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I knew of Molly because I knew like she had covered the Chris Watts and Shanae Watts story, and I also knew I watched her a little bit during that time when she would conversate with Shanae's family. Like she talked to Shanae's parents and stuff like that. So I also had seen her on Wife Swap because I used to watch Wife Swap a lot. So when and I just thought, first off, I've always liked to collab with other creators. I don't do it a lot, but like I've done it with Wildflower, loved it. I've done it with Crime Time with Val, loved it. So here's the thing: when you have a YouTube channel, it's a smart business move most of the time to collab with other creators. I mean, maybe it's smarter for you to like Google the creator, put their name in Twitter, put their name in YouTube to see how many videos come up of people hating on the person. Because if there's like video after 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 video of people talking bad about the person, then maybe you somebody that's got a lot of drama surrounding them, and maybe you should kind of not work with that person just to avoid getting yourself wrapped up in any drama. But I've never done that. I've never said, okay, well, I'm going to work with Crime Time with Mal, or I'm going to work with Molly, or I'm going to work with this person. So let me go dig into this person and make sure that they haven't said something in the past that I disagree with. You know, it's great exposure. Yeah. And then here's the thing. I'm also one of those people that I like conversating about a topic. I love that. I've tried to bring people on my I have brought people on my panel. It's proven to be a hard task at times, especially with like the software changes and everything. But I love to bring people on panel and talk to them. I love to go on people's panel and talk to them because I am a talker. Okay, I love to conversate with the chat because I love to talk about to talk about the topic that we're covering with people. So I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. So it was this video. TLDR, Andre and Marvin McCray. It's got 57,000 views.
If you have a side gig and need to file your taxes, visit freetaxusa.com. With us, your federal return is always free, and your state return is only $14.99. We've got you covered. And there's absolutely no fee if you need to include a 1099 tax form. We help you.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a story that I've been kind of keeping up with over the past few days. My friend, she actually... Okay. I was going to look at the comments to look for the comment that she left telling me like, hey, hit me up, you can work with us. Oh, here it is. Anyway, so I went on Molly's panel, and at this point, Molly and Katie, they're having their beef, which brings in Katie's lap dog, right? And so then I get, like, oh, Elle's working with Molly for views, for clicks and views to grow her channel. Well, first off, yeah, YouTubers collab because it is a way to grow your channel. But I am one of those creators that care about my content. I've been super invested in Marvin and his, well-being, his children, his family. And I've even said when covering this, like, the bad thing about it is, see, there it is. Thank you so much for helping. Reach out, please. So, anyways. So I ended up going on panel with her, and that caused people to attack me. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people liked watching it. A lot of people like to watch. We would go live on Molly's channel, or well, she would go live, and I would go and join, and there'd be like 3, 4, 5,000 people watching. So many people were interested in this story. It wasn't just me. It wasn't just a handful of people like digging around in these people's lives. It was thousands of people that was sending us video. Did you see this video that Dre uploaded on, February 12th of 2021, where she says XYZ? Because when a story comes out, when something happens, a story comes out, and things don't make sense, and, the person lies right off the bat, what do we think when something bad happens to someone? Okay, a child gets hurt. A child gets hurt, ends up in the hospital, can't talk. Can't talk for whatever reason. And the mama lies immediately. And we all find out she lied. Aren't we going to think, well, she's lying to hide something? Like, that's where your mind goes. You know what I'm saying? So, when I started covering this case, and, he did that, and you're watching the footage, and you see where they seem happy. Have you ever considered having people call in to talk to you? Yes, I have. I just have to have a number for them to call, and I would so do it. I need to get like a text now number or whatever to have people call. But I would so do that. What was I saying? Let me think. Hey Joe, how are you? Let me think about what I was saying. I agree with that, A. Mackie. Okay, so when I did my video on Dre McCray and Vaughn, it had already had a lot of attention on it. Like there was like Facebook groups, there were, Molly and Justin were the two main creators covering it at the time, but there was, I mean, it was a lot on Twitter being talked about. Like a lot of people was talking about it. So it wasn't like I looked this girl up and found out what happened to her husband and was like, I'm gonna talk about her. No, it was a thing that a lot of people were covering, you know. So my moderator told me about it, and I heard an audio of mine talking to his kids, and it like broke my heart. And I was like, I have to cover this. He's a veteran, Marines. My husband is a veteran, so to hear him talk, where he's struggling with his mental health, that resonated with me, and I was like, I'm covering this. I didn't even cover true crime before that. So, anyways, I started doing panels with Molly and Justin, and let me tell you something. When you're on panel, Molly would be like, "Hey, we're gonna go live tomorrow on Justin's channel or Elle's channel." She's not asking like beforehand, like, "Hey, do you want to go live tomorrow on your channel?" She just says it. You know what I'm saying? She's a very like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." So I remember one time I was live, and she was like, "Hey, we're gonna go live tomorrow on LV's channel," and I actually couldn't because I had football practice for my son. But I was like, "Oh crap," I ended up like passing it off to Justin and telling him like, "Hey guys, I can't do it." Anyways, then because of the drama between Katie and Molly, and then Katie having her little lapdog attack creators covering this, it became this thing, where, oh, they shouldn't be doing this. They shouldn't be involved in this woman's life. She's got children. And I said several times throughout my content, like, she does have kids, and she does have to have a way to provide for her family. So I did struggle with talking about the story and questioning whether or not her actions led him to being so upset and feeling trapped that he did XYZ to himself. Here's the thing, but I'm a creator. When covering the Alec Murdaugh trial today, or the past few days, people are mad that I showed the body cam footage. And I'm like, first off, I didn't show anything that was like, there was no blood, there was no body. It was literally just, her talking to the cop. And people's like beside themselves that I showed it, right? And I'm like, hello, I'm doing true crime now. On trials that I cover, we're listening to body cam footage. And they're actually working on releasing the Alec Murdaugh body cam footage out to the public. They're just going to redact it, which is exactly what they did. They redacted the body cam footage in the Dre story, So I'm like, to me, I felt like, well, because these other creators, they're using this as an opportunity to attack the creators they don't like. Unirock has never liked me, and he's had absolutely no reason not to like me other than the fact that I was like associated with Steve McCray when him and Steve McCray busted up. Literally. When him and Steve McCray busted up that night, Uni had messaged me earlier that day saying, "Hey, I want to talk to you about everything going on." I said, "Okay, my husband just got home. Let me talk to him for a little bit, and I'll call you." "Yeah, great. Call me on my office phone." Okay. Never talked to him because that night when he was live, him and Steve McCray had a falling out. And when that happened, he immediately turned on me. He didn't even know me. Never had a conversation with me. He had defended me because he had done his research and figured out that Katie had in fact trolled us. That she had in fact reported our channels. He has said that. Unirock has said, "I have seen the evidence," which you can't always take him for his word when he says stuff. But he was presented with the evidence. He's seen screenshots of where Katie called for, mass flaggings. And he said that, like, I've seen this evidence, right? So for me, if someone will turn on me when they don't know me, have never heard my story directly from me, just because they fell out with someone that I was associated with, if all of a sudden they're gonna turn on me, then that's like childish to me. You're like a 5-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, for instance, I don't know, through YouTube, I've met like a lot of people that's become really good friends with me, right? Well, a while back, there was a falling out that happened. Okay, and the girl that had the falling out contacted one of our other friends and said, "Are you still going to be friends with her?" And the person said, "Well, yeah." And she said, "If you're friends, you can't. I'm not going to be friends with you if you're friends with her." And it's like, but she didn't do nothing to me. Like, you and her had a disagreement, and you're mad about that, and you don't want to be friends with her, but she never did anything to me. And I was like, that's how it was with like Unirock. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude never talked to me to get my side of the story. I could have provided him with proof, but he never gave me that opportunity because he immediately attacked me. And when he attacked me without even knowing me, that to me, I was already like, he's a chump. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like dealing with people that I feel like is chumpy. If I see it from jump, you know what I'm saying? If you show me from jumpy that you're chumpy, I'm kind of like, I don't know about all that. If I see you switch sides so fast after knowing that you saw proof of something, but then just because that person says something that you didn't like and you said something that person didn't like, you automatically flip like a complete 180 to the opposite side. And all of a sudden, all the things that you were saying in defense of that person 5 minutes ago, you're now saying the complete opposite. And it's like, wait, hold up. You're still on this. You're still on the very live stream where you were just defending this person. But now all of a sudden, you're saying XYZ didn't happen. Like, how did you see the proof of the XYZ not really happening? Earlier, you said it happened. You still on the stream. So I know you ain't seen no proof saying that it didn't happen. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Jumpy from Jumpy, exactly. So, anyways, I was like, whatever. I had a lot going on in my life. That I didn't have time to deal with the YouTube drama, right? And people just like dog piled on me, dog piled on me, dog piled on me, dog piled on me, all because he didn't like somebody that I was associated with. That's dumb. That is like the dumbest thing ever. Anyways, so working with Molly, and a lot of people think that me and Molly talk behind the scenes a lot. We literally did not. Like, people's like, Molly and Elle, friends with each other, and I'm like, we literally never talked. I would text Justin, like, if like I thought they were gonna go live, because Molly would always say like she gets a slew of messages, she didn't have time to respond. So like, if I knew that they were talking about going live and they had invited me, but I didn't know for sure like what time, I would text Justin and be like, hey, y'all still going live? Do y'all want me to come on panel? What time? I really wouldn't message Molly. Now, I think it was like after I was on panel with her the first time, that night, she did send me a new like backdrop thing for my channel. And I was like, holy crap, that's so nice of you. Because like, I really didn't know her. I had just been on panel with her like one time. And she took the time out of her day to make me like this little backdrop thing that was really cute. So I was like, oh, thank you. She's like, oh yeah, no problem. If you need anything else like that, let me know. And I was like, that's so nice. But like, it's like, I didn't talk to her on the phone. Like, and people have this misconception that because if you work with someone on collabs here and there, that you're like behind the scenes texting them nonstop, like, so what are we gonna do about this? So what are we gonna do about that? That you're like behind the scenes, like plotting, thoughting and plotting. It's weird when I hear people say, like, I heard it last night. Somebody said last night, like, made it out like we're in this little clan together, like me, Molly, and Justin, like their little group, and I'm like, what? Our little group? Like, what are you talking about? Yes, I saw that. See, normally that would be something I would do a video on and throw it up really quick just to congratulate Mike and his wife. I am gonna have to work over the weekend. I am. It's bass. It's bass, like the fish. Or like Lance Bass or the Bass Pro Shop. You know. Um, So, anyways, I mean, I normally don't like to listen to anybody that does videos trash talking me. I'm not related to Lance. I normally don't listen to videos where people trash talk me, but people will send me clips or send me links or be like, so and so said XYZ about you. And most of the time, I'm just like, here's the thing, I am human. I don't like drama. It's not like, I just don't like it. I've never been like a person into drama, except like TV and stuff. I like watching some drama, but I don't like having drama or contention with people. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I just try to stay away from it. And a lot of times I'm like, I'm not even gonna comment on that because I don't even, whatever. If they don't like me, that's fine. That they cannot like me. I don't even know who they are. So if they don't like me, what does it matter to me if somebody that I don't know doesn't like me? You know what I'm saying? Like how, whatever. But I do find when people send me the links and I click on it and I start like hearing it and listening to it, I find myself like hearing them say something that's so completely wrong that I'm like, I'm going to respond and I'm going to let them know that's so wrong. So several times when that's happened, what I hear is like complete lies, like complete lies. So I just have to like try to remove myself from it and try not to watch it. But anyways, it was sad because the creators that was going on and on and on about like scamming and fraudulent fundraisers, they were tainting a story about a man that didn't deserve that. Like, okay, maybe some people covered the story disrespectfully. Maybe some of the people's opinions were a little harsh of Dre. Maybe some people, well, absolutely, some people did say some things about Dre that were definitely hard, and maybe unfair. I don't know because when time passes, you kind of forget like a lot of what happened. But after I got the body cam footage and I was watching it, I did start kind of going back into some of my older content. And I haven't taken it down. I'm not taking it down. But I did start going back into some of my older content because I'm like, man, maybe I was like too harsh on Dre. But then I go back in my older content. I'm like, well, but the reason why I questioned her was because she lied, And when I found out that his bio mom was not informed, I felt like that was not okay. That was my personal belief. And guess what? At the time, everybody agreed. Everybody, except like one person, basically. Everybody was like, that is wrong. Like, even though, Miss Letitia put him up for adoption and his grandmother raised him, like, we get it. She didn't raise him. But that's still her child, and he is still her, like, she is still his mother. That is still her child. Like, she deserves to know. Like, almost everyone felt like that. Everybody did it first. And then when all this scam stuff started and people started lying about things, then it was like, well, I mean, she was just his biological mom. She wasn't really there. Like, she wasn't really there. And then people dug into her background to see that she has some criminal charges, and which, in my opinion, I didn't agree with that. I didn't agree with pulling her background. You know what I'm saying? But people did it. Come to find out, she had been arrested. But what she had been arrested for was like old, so old, and it was because she wrote a hot check for food for her family. She had mine at 14 years old, okay? So I wanna remind you guys, I didn't just pick this girl out and say, I'm gonna attack this girl. A lot of people was covering it. I was introduced to it and it spoke to me. So I started covering it. And all the content that I was coming across, like watching her videos and hearing her talk about how, like how like the chiropractor doctor was like voodoo, and like and these messages and audios got released. Messages got released where Vaughn was begging Dre to give him some money so he could get a hotel. Mentally, he was not doing well. He was not doing well at all. And he was like, please just give me some money so I can please go stay in a hotel and get my mind right, And she was like, no, no, you can stay home. And I'm like, I've been in a relationship before where I didn't have the means to leave because I didn't have a vehicle there. I didn't have a vehicle at all at the time. Paris and Caden's dad, like when I was with him and we lived together, the first time I ever lived with anybody, like outside of my mom, or like mom or dad, um, I didn't have a vehicle. I didn't have a vehicle. So like when we would get into it, I didn't have money. I didn't have a vehicle. I had a baby. I would have to be like either call my mom to come get me, or I would have to be like, "Can you take me home?" And like if he's like, "No," I mean, and he was going through it, so that bothered me. That she and they had money. It wasn't that they didn't have money, but she didn't want him to spend any other money. And then it came out that he didn't have access to the money, and I'm like, "What?" Now here's the thing. I had no reason to think that this stuff was not true. Still, from my understanding, this information is true. She did not allow him access to their money. He had seizures, so he was not allowed to drive. So that meant if he left, he had to take an Uber. But if he didn't have money for the Uber or anywhere to go, well, he had to stay home. And she would tell him that, like, you need to stay home. So there was a lot of things that came out, that just made me like really side eye her. And yes, I questioned things. I think my main belief was always that because their relationship had gotten so bad that he felt trapped, he was depressed, and he tried to take his own life. That was kind of like my thought. But there were live streams that I did where, let me tell you guys, there were several people that was like, I think she did it, that said that. I mean, Katie literally said, Dre killed Vaughn. I never came out and said that. There were times where we were doing streams and people was like, Pete says, can I ask who says she didn't allow him to have any access? Was it her? Where did that information come from? I think it was someone that was once like a moderator or whatever for, what do they call it? I think it was from someone that was like a big time supporter of Dre's that became really good friends with her that came out to say, like, yeah, oh, hold on. It was either that or it was in the conversations that he had with his buddy that caused her to take his phone for a while. It was one of two ways where I thought that it was believable. Like I remember thinking like, oh, if so and so saying it, then it might be true. You know what I'm saying? But he confided in like an old pal of his that he was having marital problems. She found out, like took his phone for a while. I mean, so and for a while, I was under the belief that she was kind of pushing these diets and stuff on him, and he really wasn't with it. Okay, all apologies says it was his text with his friends. Thank you. Oh no, you're good, Peach. You're good. Here, I will be willing to answer any question. I know I have haters watching tonight that they're gonna go to this channel and that channel and tell them what I was saying. I invite you to ask me whatever question you are curious about because I don't have any issue. Like, if you think I did something so bad, then tell me what you think I did so bad. I mean, I literally have people saying, are you going to apologize to Dre? And I'm like, for what? Have an opinion? Having an opinion. Really? No. Because I never said she killed him. Now, I do remember there was one time when we were live, and there were several people in the chat, and I had seen several people saying, like, well, I think she has something to do with it. Like, maybe, I think it was like, one discussion was like, maybe he had a seizure, and she got scared. Like, maybe she gave him kratom, and he had a seizure, and he passed, and she got scared, so she did that to make it look like, he did it or whatever. I think that was one thing that was said on my channel through, like, bouncing off people in the chat, because still to this day, I've seen people say, nah, I think she did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. But I can say that throughout the time, like, I kind of had these theories, like, what about that? Maybe that, maybe that. And I would have never questioned this woman who was an influencer with all these followers and her husband attempted S if it wouldn't have come out that, like, she was forbidding his family from seeing him. They even found out about it from social media. And then she lied about what happened. And here's the thing: it's not it's not our business of why he's in the hospital in a coma. But if you do feel like you're gonna tell everybody that he's in the hospital in a coma, then rather than lying about why he's in the hospital, why not just say he is in the hospital in a coma? I want everybody to pray for him, but I don't feel comfortable talking about like what landed him there. You know what I'm saying? Because once you lie, then it makes people question everything else. And that's the thing. Like a lot of people was questioning her. It wasn't just me. Um, but I don't recall saying anything like in terms of like what she did. It was just a mess. You know what I'm saying? There was all these videos. And if you're going to unsubscribe because you don't like LB, you don't like what LB says, then do it. Exactly. Don't say you're going to. Like, you ain't going to tell me if you're leaving. If you just don't like my content, because, and here's another thing that I don't get. I am my own person. Um, and I'm putting videos out like every day. I'm doing live streams like every day or whatever. There may come a time where you disagree with me. But if you feel like because you disagree with me like one time, you're going to unsubscribe from me, that's crazy. Because, like, I've watched Tati, Jeffree Star. Like, I used to watch a lot of creators, and I would disagree with them sometimes. But I still liked them overall. And I had enough, like, to be like, well, I know where I'm not always going to agree with this person. Because I don't even always agree with my husband. So if I don't always agree with my husband, the man that I, like, am in love with, I'm probably not always going to agree with, like, this person that I follow on YouTube. And that is okay for people to have different opinions. So no, I'm not going to follow this person because I do like most of their content. And this is just one time that I don't agree with this person. And that's okay. Maybe tomorrow I'll agree. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't feel like I always have to agree with you. And that's a lot of thing when people's like, you need to call Molly and Justin out. And I'm like, first off, I don't like to have the drama. You know what I'm saying? I've said several times that I don't agree with everything that other creators do. But I don't need to jump on here and be like, oh, well, Molly did this today, I don't agree with it. Oh, Mal did this today, I don't agree with it. Oh, Wildflower did this today, and I don't agree with it. You want to know why? Because that's not what my channel is about. Like, there are channels that are strictly about YouTube drama. I don't have a channel dedicated to YouTube drama. And I don't have time to be, like, enthralled in YouTube drama. Where if I come out to be like, yeah, I don't really support this person. There's been so many things that this person has done that I'm just, like, here's the thing. I would not say I didn't like you because you did one thing that I disagree with. Unless that one thing was, like, something big. If you did something big, like, disgustingly big, then I would be like, okay, yeah, that's no morals, no ethics, disgusting, so I'm out. But if it was just, like, a little, like, well, you thought this and I thought that, whatever. But if you do, like, a string of things, they're like, well, then I'm about to be like, that's a little too much for my liking. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm not gonna follow that person anymore. But why do I need to get on here and announce it? Why do I need to get on here and be like, and I've got comments like, you need to, like, what do they say? Like, you need to publicly express that you've disassociated yourself from Molly and Justin. And I'm like, said who? I don't get on here telling you guys, like, if me and Wildflower quit being friends, I wouldn't get on here and tell you guys that. Why? Why wouldn't I? Because it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's drama. To me, that's people wanting drama. Because they know the second I get on here saying, well, I don't support this other YouTuber. Well, then that's going to cause drama. And people want to see that, in my opinion. That's just the way that I feel. People want to see that. I mean, I can show by my actions. You know, if you guys see me over on so-and-so's panel all the time, then you guys know, well, more than likely, I'm cool with them enough to go on their panel. But if I'm not going on people's panel, then you might say, well, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Elle is raising 6 youngins. She don't have time to raise YouTube bullies. Amen, Kimby. Amen. When the Bond stuff finally started, like, kind of coming to where I remember, because I do have to say, a live stream every single day, 2 live streams every single day about the topic when there was no new information coming out, I did start feeling like that's too much for my liking. And I wasn't doing that. I was not doing a stream about Vaughn every day. Um, I would do one like when new information came out, or if like somebody sent me like a video that was like where you're like, wait, where Dre said something crazy, or like a video of her like showing him in a seizure, like I would like talk about that, like the 911 calls, like we talked about that. But there were channels that was going live literally like every day, like twice a day sometimes. And I remember thinking like that's too much for me. Like I don't know what the point of that was because there's no new info. And I know people like conversation and I can get it to do like if there's no new information, maybe like one live stream every 3 or 4 days. That way it doesn't seem like because one could question if you're doing it for all the super chats that you're getting. Like, wait, are they like? Is it because they're getting $5,000 in super chats? Like, what's the purpose? Not 5,000. That's an exaggeration. But so I remember saying like, you guys, I'm not gonna go live and talk about it unless there's new content, new information. So it really slowed down. Yeah, that's the thing is drama sells. If I really wanted to like, if my views were like so far down and I was like stressed out about it, I would jump right in on the drama. It'd be like, hey, here for the drama. Let's talk about this person. Let's talk about that person. Let's call this person out. I don't do that. Every once in a while, I will like address something and then let it be. But I'm not constantly in drama. But if I was about like clicks and views and blah, 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 which everybody wants, their channel to do good. People put a lot of time and effort into it. So of course they want their channel to do good. Of course they want to make money while doing it. It's their time. But I'm not one of those channels that care more about clicks and views. I really want to build an audience. I want people to look at my channel like, that is a good channel. I really enjoy her content. I want people to trust that when I put something out, like, it's legit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. That's what I said. They talk about him more than anybody else. And I've seen, like, literally, my thing is, you don't see me hashtagging Marvin McCray in videos that ain't got nothing to do with him. You don't see me hashtagging this creator. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, Unirock, literally, in all of his videos for the longest, would hashtag Marvin McCray, Justice for Vaughn, Dre McCray, in videos that had absolutely nothing to do with Vaughn. So who is like trying to profit off the situation? Who's trying to profit off Vaughn? If you were literally hashtag, and let me tell you guys about the hashtags, okay, and the tags. So when you put out a video and you put a tag on it, that means when say Bree goes into her YouTube and she wants to watch something and she puts in, well, I want to watch something about Vaughn McCray. Let's see if there's any updates on Vaughn McCray. So she types in updates on Vaughn McCray. Well, because Unirock's video about nothing to do with Vaughn has a tag that says Marvin McCray, well, his video will pop up. Because, well, he tagged Vaughn McCray. So it makes YouTube think that that video has something to do with Marvin. So if you get on YouTube and you put in, Dre McCray, well, his video is going to pop up. And if you notice, Unirock, he tags my channel a lot. He tags Molly's channel a lot. He tags Katie's channel a lot. He tags, he would tag the Marvin McCray. He would tag Dre McCray, Slay with Dre, Justice for Vaughn, on stories that have absolutely nothing to do with any of us. So he has been profiting off our names, Vaughn's name, on stories that have nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? So who is really like trying to profit off that story? He is using their name and our name as a way for people to see his content. Because if you get on there and you put in Leslie Bass or LB, well, one of his videos might pop up. Even though it might not have nothing to do with me. You know? So, I mean, really, who's using Bond's name? Who's, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's disrespectful. So, anyways, I was like, I'm not going to talk about this unless there's updates. Because I'm not going to keep, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want people to think, people already tried to say I was milking the story and I wasn't. So I was like, whatever. Hey, Shannon, I see you. You can ask your question. I was like, whatever. So I went on about my content, other content all the time, because I always have content to cover. I'm not relying on one story. I got tons of stories and stuff that I'm trying to bring light to. So I'm, continue on with my other stuff. And then someone messaged me and says, hey, did you see the article saying that Bond passed away? And I'm like, what? No. I don't know. That's a good question if anyone ever won that Grifters Award. Oh, yeah, I don't, Pauline. They're good. But that's what I'm saying. People will comment, but they don't want to come, like right now is an open invitation. If people have questions, I'm down. So, anyways, how long have I been a YouTuber? Going on 4 years. This April will be 4 years, either April or May. Good night, Joe. Yes, GH girl, I do agree to that. So, anyways, I'm alerted about this article, and I'm just kind of in a frazzle because I'm like, oh my God. Mind you, I've been praying for this man for months, praying for a miracle, thinking about, his son, his kids, his family. So when I see that article, I'm like, oh my God, like this is terrible, And I read it, and it says that it came from, like, I don't remember, don't quote me, but it looked like a news station. It looked like WBC. It was like an acronym. That's true, Brandy. Yes, everyone does make money, but that's the thing is they want to talk about us for making money when they make money too. And they will use his name in tags that has nothing to do with him. So who's really using him? You know what I'm saying? I know, right, Peach? Exactly. That's true, Peach. So, anyways, when I see it look legit, I was kind of frazzled by it. I'm like, oh my gosh. And here's the thing. I have been hearing things, but I didn't have any confirmation. I had been hearing. I had heard that, like, a nurse had, like, messaged, like, Wynette, like, sending her condolences. And Miss Wynette was like, what? Like, she was like, I'm so sorry to hear about Bond. Like, a nurse had, like, messaged Wynette, like, I'm so sorry to hear about Bond. So I had been hearing that he had possibly passed away. But, like, that was, like, solid. Like, okay, there's an article out, he passed. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a video because I brought a lot of people onto this story, and I want to keep them updated. And that's what I told them before. I'm like, I'm not going to keep doing live streams when there's no information. If we get information, I'll do a live stream. So I did a live stream. It was like Friday, I think. Exactly, D-Lynn. Bond changed many lives. His story will always mean a lot. Exactly. So I think that was like on Friday evening or Saturday. I don't remember. So I did a live stream and I read the article, and we talked about it. And then people was like, that article's fake. That article's fake. And I'm like, I don't think it is. It looks legit. It looks like a news station. We get off the live stream, and I end up finding out that it is fake. Like, literally. Oh, thank you. Literally, the person that wrote the article, saying that he passed wrote another article saying that it was a hoax. And in my opinion, I think so. I did see that someone was saying that Molly wrote that. I've never heard that Molly wrote that article ever. I've never heard Molly wrote that article, so I don't know where that came from. I think somebody. My thing is, why would Molly read it and then? I mean, why would Molly write that article and then report that, knowing that it was fake? Because guess what? Like, people could. I mean, here's the thing. Say she would have wrote it and put it out. People then was going to report it, but then try to verify it. And then when it came back that it could be verified or that it was wrong, then it was going to, oh, it's fake, you know? And then if it came back on Molly, that could be like terrible. Thank you so much, Sonia. I really appreciate that. Oh, and thank you, Miss Jeanette. Oh, Miss I didn't even see that. Thank y'all. So, somebody said that she wrote it that way she could report on it. And I'm like, I don't believe that. I don't think she would have falsely reported something just so she could. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me. Hold on one second. 2, 3. Okay. So, anyways, I think someone for, and this is just my theory, someone for like Unirocks camp or maybe Nonsense camp, like some of those people wrote it. And I'm not saying Nonsense or Unirocks. Bye, GH girl. We're going to talk about Teen Mom stuff in a little bit, which I can't stay up much longer because this weekend I've got a lot going on. So I think maybe someone from their camp maybe wrote it because they just loved them so much that they knew, like, ooh, you know, we can write this, put this out, make it look legit, and Molly and Elle and Justin, they'll all cover it, and then we'll rewrite that it's a hoax, and they're gonna look terrible, you know. And by Rory, bye. Yeah, she's got drama without makeup. Exactly. So I think it was done intentionally to make, you know, knowing that we would pick it up, and then they could be like, Rory, is that how you say your name? So, I mean, the fact that right after we said it, like, read the article, it came out in an identical article saying it was a hoax. I mean, to me, that tells me that it was intentional. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, that was on a weekend, so I could not immediately jump on my stream, to, like, jump on here and apologize, because I was busy. And I see people saying, like, why isn't Elle apologizing? You know, like Molly issued an apology, Justin issued an apology, but it was the weekend and I wasn't even home, so I could not, like, I think I made like a community post to like apologize, and then I think I made a video. Yeah, I made a video apologizing and explaining, like, listen, I would never put that out without thinking that it was real. And people's like, oh, come on, that article looks so fake. And I'm like, but it really didn't though. Like, it looked like a news article, like legit. Like, so it really didn't look fake. Like, oh, if you can't tell that from, like, you don't need to be doing YouTube. Like, I can't trust nothing you say. If you could tell that was fake. And I'm like, well, that's fine. You know, if you think that I should have been able to tell like that, then that's fine. So anyways, I issued an apology, and I said in that video, I said, I will not be covering anything without solid proof from this point on. Like, I'm praying for Marvon. I'm praying for their family. But from this point on, like, I will absolutely not cover anything related to Marvon without solid proof. I'm not doing this again. Thank you, D-Lynn. It did, Brie. It looked real. I mean, Lisa said, I saw it. Lisa said, I saw it. It definitely looked real. Thank you. Or it did look real. Yes. Pat said, I was watching. It sounded legit. So, anyways, so, I made that promise to you guys. Like, listen, I'm not going to cover anything else to do with him unless I get, like, legit confirmation, right? But I wasn't abandoning the story. I was like, if something comes out that we, you know, I'll talk about it. Well, the other day, the body cam footage came out. And I thought the body cam footage could, like, give a lot of answers to people that had answers. Because we were all wondering, How big is the shed? Could he really have like in a shed that little? Like, what about the rope? The way they explained the rope in the report seemed like, I mean, I remember like Michelle Sabate like talking about the rope, you know, she was a rope expert or whatever. And I felt like if we watched it, like, yeah, why would you purposely post something that's fake? Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Brandy. Brandy says, why would you purposely post something that was fake? Anyone who has followed you for any amount of time knows that you wouldn't do that. Exactly. It bugs the, you know, my music says, whenever people is mean to me, I'm extra nice to them. It bugs the crap out of them. Capital B says, you're really hurting my feelings when you talk like that. You're breaking them. Breaking who? Donna says, is there any way I can get notified when I don't know. Good night, Sonia. I don't know if you can get notified to the community post. I'm not sure. I hope you have a good weekend, Sonia. Thank you. So anyways, I thought, okay, great. Like the body cam is out. We had so many questions. So many people had so many questions about how big was the building? Do we feel like it could really hold his body weight? La di da di da. You know, how was she acting? So Molly showed it. I recorded it. I went through the process of editing it. At a certain sounds. Have you hammered out your boundaries, do's and don'ts for cover true crime? LB, have you hammered out your boundary, do's and don'ts to cover true crime? Well, I'm just kind of new to it, so I'm still working on everything. I'm working on everything. But I've always watched a lot of true crime. I've watched the ID channel, Forensic Files. I watch Christina Randall, 10 to Life. So I would kind of, I'm not similar to them because they do pre-recorded videos, but I don't know. If I wasn't so interested in live streams because I love like the interaction with it, I would do like just pre-recorded videos and put them up because I do like the format of 10 to Life and Christina Randall. I do like that they record, get down to the nitty gritty, and they put it up. And so many, yeah, I loved watching Snap growing up. And they just put out so many videos of different topics. But I get like interested in these topics where like I want to like continue to cover every little thing, you know. Thank you, Roxy. So I'm more of a person that like when I find a story that interests me, I want to tell you guys about it so we can talk about it, you know. So that's why I do like live streams. Like I literally seen somebody say last night, why does Elle do so many live streams? Like my phone goes off all the time. Like she used to do pre-recorded videos. And I'm like, well, you can silence your notifications, you know what I'm saying? But I do live streams because they are the easiest for me and I love the interaction. No, you don't like my music. This channel is going to be more about reality TV, trending topics, celebrity news. I have another channel called LB this true crime. Um, so, anyways, I thought, well, first off, they closed the investigation, and someone alerted me to that. Someone alerted me to the body cam, and I was asking around for the report because I want to go over the report. Here's the thing: I feel like it's only fair because a lot of people did speculate to be like, okay, well, this is what the police found. Whether or not you want to agree with the police, that's not for me to decide. You do what you want to do. You're grown. And I really feel like what's so crazy is as soon as Molly, okay, so as soon as Molly like do the body cam, and then that other channel like posted about the report, like Clear and Dre, I had people comment on my channel saying, "Are you going to apologize to her? You know she's been cleared, right? Are you going to tell your people that she's been cleared?" So then I'm like, well, let me do the body cam. I'm trying to work on getting the report so I can go over it. And yeah, absolutely tell people that she's been cleared. I have no problem telling people that Dre's been cleared. That's great. If the police, I never thought Dre physically did anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought Dre physically did anything. I just thought the relationship had gotten so bad that he was just not in a good place. There was some controlling going on there. And Kelly, my content, my reality TV content may be more your style. Because anybody that don't like body cam footage probably don't need to follow my true crime channel. I mean, just today we watched the Alec Murdoch interview. And when they released the body cam footage from the actual body cam footage from the crime scene, we're going to talk about that and we're going to watch that. It's going to be redacted. It's being played in court right now. And the court has agreed to put out a redacted version to the public. You know, when you cover true crime and you cover these stories, I mean, when you watch Snap, you see crime scene photos. When you watch Snap or the ID channel or this or that, you hear the 911 calls. You see the body cam footage. It's true crime. So I get it. Some people might not like it. And that is A-okay. If you don't want to see body cam footage, but when I showed it, it didn't show anything. It never showed a body. It never showed no blood. It never showed anything. A lot of people was questioning what happened that day. And what led to people questioning was the fact that there were lies from jump. Okay? That's normal. That is so beyond normal that when something like this happens, yeah, I am familiar a little bit with Duty Ron. I don't think so. I haven't really covered Sophia Long that much. You don't like my music. Murdoch looked like the kind of person, yeah. Is that a weird thing to say? I mean, I don't know what type of person looks like a person that would kill their whole family. I've never looked at a person and be like, oh, he looks like the type that would kill his whole family. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't, looking at the older photos of him, no, I would have never been like, oh, he's guilty. The only reason my opinion is I think he may be potentially guilty is from hearing all the evidence. Yes, the Ridge. I actually was reading about a case earlier today that made me cry. And I was actually going to cover it, but I couldn't. I was like, I can't cover this because if I go live right now and share this story with my audience, I'm going to cry. There's been times that I have started crying on here. So, especially if it involves children, yes. That may be what it is, Kelly, because you're not used to me doing it. When you cover reality TV, you're not showing body cam footage. I don't think I've ever showed like Janelle Easton body cam footage from her arrest. I don't think so. But that would not be anything. I mean, it wasn't anything gruesome. But on true crime, I mean, I'm trying to think. We've already listened to the body cam footage from the night that Maggie and Paul Murdoch was killed. We've listened to that. We've watched the interview body cam footage from the night that were killed. So we watched a full interview of Alec Murdoch, who is being accused of killing his wife and his son. I mean, he's being, people's like, what if Dre's kids watch that? And I'm like, it wasn't bad though. Like, she was just answering questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, this story went public. And I had made the decision to cover this story. So, I mean, is people going to ask the same thing about every story that's out there? Say the Quentin Simon story say they allow cameras in there. Say they allow cameras in the trial, and I cover it. And we see body cam footage from when they were questioning her for the first time. Are these people that have such a problem with me showing it, are they going to be like, what if her oldest son sees this in 10 years? If they don't see it on my channel, they can see it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't the only one that showed it. However, I did try to edit it. I did. My arm is itching. It definitely hits home. Yes, absolutely. I'm a huge lover of kids. I have such a soft spot for kids. So yeah, and I've literally had to like turn away at times because my eyes go to watering. Um, so I mean, to me, it's mind blowing, and it tells me like the people that's like so like upset that I showed it. I'm like, do they realize I'm doing true crime now? I didn't show the body cam footage just to be like one last fu to Dre. First off, I had no FUs to Dre at all. You know, it was just like the story came out. The Marvon's family wanted this to come out. I felt like it was the right thing for us to cover this. They were begging people to bring this out to the public. I felt like this is a Marine. This is his mother. This is his father. They deserve to know. There may have been things that, at points when we were hearing them, maybe they weren't completely accurate. But we had no way to know for sure. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's 100% true. The people that are so upset, I don't think they watch you. I think you're right. Lisa says, Elle, be sure to look up all the Murdoch's past. I mean, way back incidents. I was doing that today. I'm actually working on a video about that. I actually have my notes here. So, so much. It's a lot. And the thing is I feel like these people go listen to Unirock or nonsense, and you hear them say like, what if their kids watch that? She only did that for clicks and views. And hear these people saying all these things, and it puts it in your mind like, oh yeah, that's so sad. They shouldn't have put that out there. Her kids. And it's like, you do realize though, this was like a big story that people were interested in. There was literally like 5,000 people on Molly's stream each night when we were talking about this. There were I mean, if you go right now to Facebook and put in Marvon McCray, you're gonna find justice for Marvon, justice for Marvon. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like this little nothing story. She was a beauty influencer with over 600,000 followers. Like right now, if a beauty influencer with that, like a YouTuber with that amount of followers, if something like that happens, it may, like, awareness may come to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it may be a thing, and people will talk about it and they will cover it. And here you are giving them the chance to ask you what they want and what. Exactly. I'm like, say how you feel about it. Tell me how I was wrong. I would love to know. And I heard someone say this. I wrote it down because I thought, wow, that is ridiculous. It was down the rabbit hole. She said, Elle, Molly, and Justin wants you to believe that Dre set Bond up to take his life for insurance. I've never said that. What? Like, that's what I'm saying. Anytime somebody sends me a clip of what they've said, I'm like, where did they pull this out their butthole? Because never once have I said, like, I don't think I've, because for first off, if you commit suicide, most of the time, insurance doesn't pay out. I did Tammy Ray. Yes. And I've been contemplating on covering that too because it is so close to home. Like my daughter contemplated going to LSU. That's not far from us. So yeah, right now I'm just so busy with trying to like post the TikTok, do stories to put on YouTube, yes, the Murdoch trial, but yeah, I have. But when I heard that, somebody sent me a clip of it, and she said, Elle, Molly, and Justin would rather have you believe that Dre set him up to look like a suicide so she could collect insurance on him. And I'm like, well, first off, if you commit suicide, insurance usually doesn't pay out. And I know that. So I don't think I ever would have said that. I mean, maybe I read that in the comments, and then I probably would have said, I don't think it pays out. So, I'm just like, where do they come up with this stuff? I mean, like, Unirock did a video the other day, the day that the body cam footage that Molly played it, and he always kind of trips me out, though. Because I'm like, it's funny that he just, like, does whatever. Like, Unirock gives no F's about looking like a liar. You know what I'm saying? I was watching this one thing. Somebody found this and sent me a link to it one time. It was literally like 3 weeks ago that they sent it to me, and it's taken me forever to watch it all. Um,
So for the last few days, I've been...
Scary! I was kidding. So for the last few days, I've been drinking Red Bulls and vaping. What? Don't leave me in suspense. Okay, let me see. Is it not Unirock? Is it Rock a Lot? Someone tagged me on this on Twitter, and I was like, what? Here it is. Okay, wait, back up. Dre McCray, innocent. They lie for money. Uni, do you realize how much of a pay cut I have taken because I do true crime now? Like, literally, I can show you guys. And he will lie and tell you that it's not because she's not taking a pay cut because of true crime. She's taking a pay cut because people's not watching her channel anymore. Like, no, I am still growing and I'm still getting good views. I'm taking a pay cut because every one of my videos are limited ads. Limited ads. Limited ads. Back when I was talking about Teen Mom, I was getting full monetization. I mean, I've literally heard him like straight up lie. And what did he say one time? Well, plenty of times. There was one time I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. You will hear more, Elle, especially in TC, but please stick to doing it. Don't let folks bother you. Oh, I'm going to continue doing it. My thing is like, if I really feel like these other creators are like, I can't believe she showed the body cam. Not because they really can't believe it. They know in true crime, body cam happens. It happens, you know, and that we were covering that. And like, I heard somebody say they shouldn't have been covering this. This wasn't a case. Actually, it wasn't being investigated. Actually, it was. And the investigation was just closed. So yes, it was being investigated. It was a case from the day that he did it. There was an investigation going on. So yeah, they investigated. They did look. Just to, you know, do I think they did a shoddy job when they were there and they were picking up the rope with no gloves on? And you know what I'm saying? There were things that I felt like they shouldn't have done. That they did it incorrectly. I know, isn't it? On the day of May 8th, I was sitting in my mom's basement, puffing on a vape that tastes like lemon juice and drinking my 4th Red Bull for the day. That's me, actually. 4th Red Bull. That's actually me. Anyways, I need the. It's so funny. It says, y'all, listen to this. Molly and LB, Leslie Bass, lie about Dre being cleared to make big money off of her. That's what his video that he's so stupid. 2 days ago. 2 days ago, his title is Justice for Dre. Justice for Dre. Here's the thing. I don't think Dre killed Vaughn, but she was controlling, in my opinion. I'm not going to apologize for having an opinion. I do feel like there was financial abuse there. That's my opinion based off stuff that I saw. If those text messages are fake and that comes out, I will say, wow, I was wrong. That sucks that somebody faked something to make her look bad. That's crappy. But I still believe that like things were not well and she was too much. Like not giving him money to go like clear his mind. So justice for Dre. Okay, if you want to, whatever. Molly and LB, Leslie Bass, lie about Dre being cleared to make big money off of her. Like, first off, dude, that's 2 days ago, okay? I think that was the day that I showed the body cam footage. I didn't lie. I actually said in that video, Dre was cleared. There was an investigation. It's closed. There was a CPS investigation as well. That was closed. I think I even said in my video, I wonder if there was a CPS investigation because somebody like reported her to CPS, which I don't believe in doing. I don't believe in reporting people to CPS unless like you legit see an issue, not over stupid YouTube drama, not just because you think you heard something. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with that. Okay. I did say I wondered if that's why there was a CPS investigation. but never, ever, ever, ever. I was reading the comments, I forgot what I was going to say. Sherry, Uni doesn't do any other content except using creator's name. Exactly. So in my video, I said there was an investigation. It's closed, clear and dry. No, I don't control my partner. No. I mean, my partner has full access to our money. He has a debit card. I have a debit card. If my husband is military. He's a veteran, and he struggles with PTSD. If he tells me, I need a moment in that because he does take care of our 6 kids. While I work a good bit. If he texts me and says I'm struggling, I go in there and I say, go ride, go visit your parents. And that's not even with us having problems. That's just like if the kids have overwhelmed him. I'm like, go. This man was begging to get away because he was not well. And she told him no. She said, you can go sleep in the den. I've never taken my husband's phone because I found out he was telling somebody else about our problems. And I have seen that. I've seen my husband texting his brother about, an argument that me and him got into. Like, oh, let me tell you about me and Nene. We just got into an argument. She said XYZ and I said XYZ. Ain't I right, man? And I'm like, Sean, you telling Sean about our problems? I don't take his phone. I'm like, don't do that. We have both said don't do that though. Because when you tell your family members about each other's problems, it makes the family members not like your spouse. Because they're only getting one side. And we recognize that though. Like I know if I'm upset with Sean and I call my mama griping, I'm making Sean look like the dog. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making me look like the saint. And Sean's doing the same thing because I'm mad. I think I'm right. He's mad. He thinks he's right. I've never found out that my husband was confiding in someone about our issues and took his phone from him. I don't control my husband in any way. I can't think of anything I control him with. If my husband wants to go hunting, I might say, well, let me do XYZ and then you can go. I mean, my husband has went to Texas to see his parents for a week and I stayed here and worked. He's like, I think I'm going to go see my parents. And I was like, well, I need to work, And he was like, okay. And I'm like, okay. CPS investigation was calls from YouTube detectives constantly calling them. Yeah, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. So here's the thing. He straight up lied in his video. I was very... in my video, I said there was an investigation. It was closed. It cleared Dre. There's a CPS investigation. It was closed. I read the last part of that because I only got the last part. And I said, I want the full thing. Because here's the thing. People were already saying, you ain't going to read that report that cleared Dre? You ain't going to show the body cam where Dre was clearly upset? But then when I did it, it was like, oh, how dare you? So with these people, you can't win for losing. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, if I would have never said another word about Marvon, they would have been like, oh, yeah, LB ain't saying nothing now, huh? They done cleared Dre. She ain't saying nothing. She didn't tell her followers that they cleared Dre. But then I do say that. I show the body cam where I even said while showing the body cam, when they said we're taking him to the hospital, it looks, he has a pulse. When she jumped up, I said, she really jumped up to me looking like she was relieved about that. I think she already had it in her mind that he was gone. Oh, God, he's gone. But then when they said, we're taking him to the hospital, he's got a pulse. To me, and that's what I said. I said, it's my opinion, she looks relieved to find out that he's alive. And there was people in my chat saying, no, she looks scared. She looks scared. There was people still saying, no, I don't think she looks relieved. I think she just got super scared. So I was trying to be as honest with my feelings, even though there was people still saying, I still think Dre did it. And I said, well, she has been cleared. If you want to think whatever you can, you know what I'm saying? I never accused her of any crime except the only crime that I remember accusing her of was when her and Vaughn were on live streams talking about going across the border to get Xanax, smuggling drugs into the States. I said she did that. So Uni's like, what did he say? Crap, I forgot how he said it. Accusing Dre of committing crimes. Yeah, I did of that when she admitted it. But that don't stop you from accusing me of committing crimes, does it? All the times you said I ran fraudulent fundraisers when I've never ran a fraudulent fundraiser. All the times you said I'm a scammer when I ain't never scammed. I heard him say something the other day where, and mind you, I don't watch him, but I do get sent stuff all the time. Like, I get sent stuff all the time. And half the time I'll hear it for a second. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't even want to hear it, because then I'll feel the need to address it. And really, this is what I tell myself though. Really, I don't know him for, like, who is he to me? Nothing. Nobody. If he don't like me, that's fine. You know how many people has left comments on my channel or emailed me and said, I started watching Unirock and I heard your name. And he was talking about how, like, terrible you were. So I decided to come check you out for myself, and I stayed here. I really enjoy your content. People that have become my big supporters that found me through Katie bashing me or Unirock bashing me. Oh, wow. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. You remind me of a model that won America's Next Top Model. Thank you. As I said that, Kelly, anybody that watched me heard me say, who really knows how you would act? I think I know how I would act. I think I even said, I think I know how I would act because I know how I am with my kids and stuff. Like, I freak out, you know? So I think I would freak out, but who knows how you really would act? You know? Just like today on the Alec Murdoch stream, when everybody was talking about how he was acting, I was like, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's acting a little sus to me, but at the end of the day, who really knows how you would act? And I do know that for a couple of reasons. When somebody tried to steal my baby in Walmart, and I didn't punch that person or kick that person or yell, somebody's taking my baby! You know, or beat that person up. And when I was sexually abused, I didn't yell and scream. I always thought, oh, you let somebody touch my baby like they're going to steal my baby, I will beat their, but I didn't. When that lady took my baby out of the buggy, I just grabbed my baby. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I didn't want to let my baby go. Because my fear was, if I let go, she's going to run. So I just need to keep my hands on my baby. And I'm saying, like, let her go, let her go, let her go. You know? And it alerted other people that, you know, walked up. My kid's nurse was there, and she walked up and was like, is everything okay? And the lady went off. When I was sexually abused. Before, I would have thought, oh, you let somebody mess with me in my sleep, I'm going to wake up and be like, what are you doing? But I didn't. When it happened, what I did was I was like, let me move around, make him think that I'm waking up because that'll scare him. Surely if he thinks, oh my gosh, she's waking up and I don't want her to catch me doing XYZ to her, you know, I'll quit. But I wouldn't dare open my eyes because I didn't want to have to face him and him know that I was awake. So oftentimes my reaction wasn't what I thought it was. But I think it's fair as human beings for us to be like, well, that would have been my kid or that would have been my husband. I think I would have been doing X, Y, Z. But I do know for sure you don't know how you react in the situation. Okay? So my thing is, like, all those people out there that watch nonsense, watch Unirock, I invite them. Heck, I invite nonsense in Unirock. You got something to say? You can come to my channel. I'm down because I have nothing to hide. And anything that I've ever done that was a mistake, I've owned it. I'm a human being. But I've heard both of them say things that wasn't accurate. Both of them. Last night, there was a creator on that I like. I'm cool with. And people in the chat told her that I showed the body cam. And she's like, well, I like her, but anybody that shows the body cam, I've lost all respect for them. And she's like, including her. There's no reason for showing the body cam. And I'm like, does she understand I'm true crime? And if I would have not showed that body cam and not said that Dre was cleared and not brought up that report, then it would have been like, it was already being said, like, oh, you're not going to do that? You're not going to show that body cam where Dre was upset and she got, like, happy when they told her that he was alive still? Like, it was already being said that I wasn't going to do it because I didn't want Dre to look innocent. I didn't want my people to know that Dre was innocent. So I wasn't going to do it. I thought it was fair. People questioned what happened that day. People questioned, how did she act? Did this make sense? Was the building big enough? Where was the road? Why was there 3 vehicles there? It was so many things that was being questioned. I was like, this will put those questions to rest. Let's watch it. But I did edit it to make sure there was no, you know what I'm saying? You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Exactly. But last night when I was, because late at night when I'm like washing my makeup off or like in the bath or going to bed, I will often watch another creator. I enjoy her. So obviously she's mad that Justin and Molly showed the body cam footage or whatever, and she's mad about it and whatever. And then people bring it up that I did it. And I'm seeing all the comments. Like, I'm seeing people that claim they like me, but like, oh, I was so disappointed in her to show the body cam footage. And a part of me was like, should I comment and tell them that maybe they should go subscribe to the Bash Chat and unsubscribe from LB because LB's true crime, and I'm probably going to show body cam footage from time to time, covering, with the cases that I follow. Maybe should I do that? But I was like, I'm not commenting because I'm not getting in this back and forth with anybody. If they are disappointed that I show body cam footage that showed no blood, no body, no nothing, just a wife talking on a true crime channel, that, okay, they can be disappointed. That's fine. But when they alerted this creator that I did it too, she was like, oh, as much as I like her and I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, I can't. I've just lost respect for her. But what was so crazy, you guys, is in the beginning of that video, she announced this creator that she enjoys. Like, oh, I follow this creator. I enjoy this creator. We're going to watch this creator because this creator did a video about Molly showing the body cam footage. So let's watch this creator that I'm a fan of, right? So she puts it on her channel, playing this creator, talking about Molly, who doesn't like Molly, from my understanding. And they're watching Molly's video, and Molly's video is showing the body cam footage. So basically what happened was that creator that she likes showed the body cam footage on his channel. No, he didn't go record it off Molly's channel and say, let's watch the body cam footage. But he still showed it on his channel. And now when Molly's video was showing the body cam footage, that creator stopped and said, I'm not watching this. I'm not watching this. I don't feel right about it. If you guys want to go watch it somewhere else, but I'm not watching it. So she stopped it because she didn't want to watch it. And that is her right. That's her right not to want to watch it. That's okay. I respect that. But she stopped it. Okay? But never once did she say, and I'm upset that this creator that I like continued showing that on his channel. Because in essence, he just showed the body cam footage too to his following. And when she was alerted that I showed it, she never asked, well, how did she show it? And what she was even told what LB did, edit it to be more respectful. She was like, well, if you show it, you show it, and I don't have no respect for you. And I'm like, but hold up, that creator just showed it that you really like, and you didn't say that about him. So why is it that you literally just talked about this creator, you showed this creator on your channel playing the video, but you stopped it because you didn't want to watch it. But he did play it. He played it. And after he played it, or after you realized that he was going to play it, you didn't say, you know what? I'm mad that Molly played it. I'm mad that Justin played it. And while he didn't play it in a video on its own, he's watching it, and he's his viewers are watching it now because he's watching Molly's video, and Molly's video played it. I'm pretty sure, ain't that what Justin did? Didn't Justin just like show Molly's video over again or something? Like the same that this other dude was doing? I think. I could be wrong here. Um, she never said, well, I'm disappointed that he showed it to. No. So I was like, that's weird. That's weird that, like, the second you hear that I showed it, you're like, well, that sucks because I really like her, which that does kind of suck because when people that I do like, when I do something that disappoints them and all of a sudden they don't like me no more over the one thing that I did that disappointed them, I do have a little bit of like, well, dang, that sucks because I like that person. And, when you find out that someone that you do like decided they don't like you no more and they've lost all respect for you because you did something that they don't agree with and they don't like, even though it wasn't like a big, it showed no blood, it showed no body, like it wasn't this terrible thing, you know? So I was like, man, that sucks because I figured that this person wouldn't be that way, wouldn't be like, oh, well, you did one thing that I disagree with, so I've lost all respect for you. It's not like I kicked a cat, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I kicked a dog. So I mean, it is what it is. I think because I already at one point like had a connection with like Molly and Justin, people lump me in with them. So I think it's just kind of easier to toss me away. Like even though you kind of like me, well, I showed the dash cam, the body cam footage, so I'm just gonna toss her away anyways. Like, cause she didn't toss that guy away. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say, "Oh man, that sucks. I really like this guy," but he's in turn showing the footage. So I have no respect for him because he showed it. You know. So I mean, I watched that whole live last night as I was like getting ready for bed and stuff, and I was like, I was like, man, that's crazy. Like that's really crazy. Um, but a part of me, there's like this one part of me that when I hear about like these lies, I want to go comment and be like, hey, followers of this person, if you want the truth, you can come over to my channel and ask me any questions you have. I'll answer them. But then there's another part of me that's like, whatever. If they want to just take this person's word, I mean, the fact that Unirock did a live stream saying that me and Molly was lying to you guys to make big money off Dre, I'm like, I literally said that she was cleared. Did he not watch the video? Did his people not tell him? Did his people not tell him like, hey, yo, she actually said Dre was cleared? You know what I'm saying? Good night, Rainbow Mom. Let me see something. Right, I do agree with that. The Ridge, I agree with that. Like what she should have done is message you and spoke with you directly. She should have never put you on blast. I was kind of a little shocked, like, because at first she was like, LB showed it, and she was like, man, I like LB. Like that sucks. I like LB, and then she was like, but like, I mean, I have to say, and she even read the person's comment where the person said, but she did edit it to be respectful. And she's like, she edited it to be respectful, and she was like, okay. She was like, what's well, no, still, like, I can't respect anybody that plays that body cam, and I mean, I just can't respect them. And she's like, it sucks because I like her. I like LB, but I just cannot respect anybody that shows the body cam footage. So I'm like, that's so wild because she just literally was watching a guy that when it came up, oh crap, he's gonna play Molly's video that actually shows the body cam footage, and he don't stop it. He don't say, you know what, guys, we're not gonna watch this. He was playing it, and then she was like, oh no, I'm not gonna play this because she didn't want to see it. But at that point, she didn't say, damn, I'm disappointed in this guy because he showed the body cam footage. Man, that sucks. I've kind of lost a little bit of respect for him because he's airing it on his channel. She didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it would have been nice for her to be like, hey, Elle, man, I heard you show the body cam footage. You know, this person. First off, I've never seen this person. They don't like. I've never seen this person. Let me see how many times they've commented on my channel. I don't think I can do that from my phone. Oftentimes, I'll see people that I don't recognize at all. She says, I've been subscribed to you for a few years. Maybe so, but I've never seen her in chat. I was so disappointed in your live with Molly Golightly. I have not done a live with Molly Golightly in like forever. You are better than her. She's a known liar and a con woman. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I did not do a background check on Molly before I did a video with her. I was working for a great cause to bring attention to this terrible situation. My heart has been into this, and I thought it would be great to collab with other creators to talk about this topic. My bad. I had no idea that Molly was a known liar. Per her words, I had no idea that she was like some sort of con woman. I had no idea. I'm trying to see something. That's crazy to me. Because all kinds of actual police departments post body cam footage on YouTube all the time. I bet they ain't contacting them to tell them how wrong they are. Exactly. And the thing about it is this is now a true crime channel. Like, I'm going to be doing a lot of that. So, I mean, if they don't like it, I'm not going to tell them, well, this is my channel. It is my channel. But I'm not going to be like, well, you knew I was a true crime channel when you subscribed, because I did just transition into a true crime channel. So I'm not going to be like, well, you knew this. But I will say, hey, guys, this channel is now a crime scene channel. If you don't agree with that or like it, I understand if you want to subscribe. If you subscribe to me for my reality TV content, then please go subscribe to the Bash Chat. And you don't have to see any of this true crime mess. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you guys how much I've made off the body cam footage. A whopping $24.42. A whopping. The CPM for that video is $4. $4. So for him to try to say that I'm making like big bucks is ridiculous. $24. The CPM is $4. You guys know what CPM means? So, $4. That means for every 1,000 view, I get, wait, how does it go? For every 1,000 views, I get $4. So some of that, because I think I got 9,000 views, so that's $9. So the rest must have been like super chats or something. Like, I must have got a super chat in it, okay? So that's the one body cam footage. The second body cam footage, I've made $13. Don't believe these creators that tell you that a channel my size did something to get rich. Because I'm not rich. I've not put out not one video that got me rich. Okay. $13.34 for the other body cam footage. The CPM on that one is $6. So for every 1,000 views, I will get $6. True crime, it's limited ads, which is why the CPM is so low. Because when you have a video that talks about suicide, death, anything like that, you're going to get limited ads. And then you're not going to make very much on it. So, and UniRock knows this. Creators know this. Creators know this type of content gets limited ads and your CPM is not that high. The only reason why some creators make decent money in true crime is because they get a lot of super chats. I did see that with Molly. I did see that with Justin. I saw that. Like when we would go live on Molly's channel, she did get a lot of super chats. Keep in mind, a lot of those super chats came with a note that says, please give this to Miss Letitia. I don't have Cash App. And she would say, okay, give this to Miss Letitia, $20. Boom, boom, boom. Just went to Miss Letitia, $20. Mind you, when you super chat, she's not getting that right then. So she was sending money to somebody that she didn't even really have that yet. She wasn't going to get it until next month. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't even going to get that money until next month, but she was going ahead and sending it and putting her phone up to the thing saying, I sent it. So a lot of people will rely on super chats and donations and PayPals, which now they're not even going to rely on super chats because they're taking like 55% out of super chats now. But I mean, and Molly did say she made a good bit in super chats. She didn't try to hide that, but you can never tell when you decide, hey, I'm going to cover this story about a man that committed suicide, and surely that'll bring in the super chats. You know you're going to get limited ads because it's about suicide. So you know you're probably not going to make a lot of money on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. Nick says, I think they like to make people think they are really rolling in it. They want their followers to think they're making money. The thing is I know for sure that like Unirock and Probably Nonsense and Down the Rabbit Hole and all these people, like, I think because they're creators and they understand limited ads means your CPM is like I would think they would know. Like, even like Molly right now. Let me see. I'm getting rich. A whole, how much was that? 24 plus 13? 37? Wait. 24. Did I do that wrong? It's late. I can't think straight. 24 plus, what did I say? No. It was 14 plus 37? No, 27. 27 plus 14? I made a whopping $41. Yay! I'm getting rich, though. And he said I lied. All right, let's see. I want to see what Molly's views are on that. On the body cam. 27,000 views. She's got 27,000 views. So at this point, on the body cam footage, at this point, it's limited ads, I'm sure. I don't know what her CPM is, but I'd be willing to bet on the views alone, I doubt she's made over $100. I doubt it. Maybe like 40 or 50. I don't know. Because the one that I made like 20-something dollars on, technically I only should have made like $9. I had like, it had to be a super chat that I had gotten that made it more. So she's maybe made $50. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, it's just ridiculous. I really encourage. Exactly. You know that song, I Know You're Lying When Your Lips Are Moving? That's definitely Uni's theme song. Exactly. Like, to hear someone say, Elle would rather you believe that Dre did this. Like, I never told y'all to think that Dre did it. I never told you guys, y'all, Dre did it. I'm telling you, this reason, and this reason, I believe Dre did it. I did do that with Alicia Adams. Like, Alicia Adams, the little 4-year-old Athena Brownfield girl that was killed. All signs point to Alicia, in my opinion, and she's blaming Ivan, her husband. So I have said, I think Alicia did this, and this is why. This reason, and this reason. Doesn't it make sense to you guys? So I never even sit there and try to convince you guys that Dre did something. But they will sit over there and tell their audience, LB wants y'all to think this. No, I don't. I've always said, you guys think what you want to think. What do y'all think? This is what I think. What y'all think? And if you think completely opposite of me, I'm like, okay, I see your point. It's kind of ridiculous, but I guess people, drama sales. That's, and I know this will be clipped and, that's why you should always do your own research. Exactly. This will be clipped and they'll be over there, which is why part of me is like, I don't need to even play into their BS. I don't care. If they don't like me, I ain't giving them no reason not to like me. Not a true and valid reason. If they disagree with the way that I did a video, okay, um, that's their prerogative. But guess what? I don't agree with all their videos talking nonsense about me that ain't true. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have wondered if he convinces himself. Yeah, I know, right? You didn't try to convince anyone that she did it. He has you confused with other channels that did nothing but speak utter crap and made up lies to convince the subs to think one way. Yes. Um, if you would like to support Mama of 3, I'm sorry, I shouldn't. I've been dating a lot. I've been doing a lot of. What? Sherry, I can tell, babe. Um, there was something else that I was going to say, and then I was going to call it a night. I didn't get to talk about Teen Mom, but we will. I really want to talk about Teen Mom. There's my notes. Yeah, this will give them content for the next couple days, and that's okay. I guess I'm throwing a dog a bone, you know. Nick B says, I don't follow most of these YouTube channels, Uni or KJ or any other that ever do catty crap. So I just have my own opinion of Elle solely, and I like her. Thank you, Nick. Pauline says, that's kind of part of it. We all put the facts, then opinions, and try to figure out what happened if there's no info. Lots do express their opinions, though. Exactly. And they want me to apologize because I had opinions. App said, if interested, you could go through small claims court in Louisiana for up to $5,000 to sue him for libel. Is it that cheap? Because y'all know I got 6 kids. I got a 17-year-old that just got a car like a year and a half ago, and then I got a 15-year-old that is in driver's ed right now that we're about to have to get him a vehicle. Oh, speaking of, tomorrow my 15-year-old has driver's ed at 8:30. My 11-year-old has his first basketball game tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then at 4:30 I have to pick my son up from driver's ed, and then we have to rush over across town to drop him off for the parade because the football boys are being in a parade. So this weekend is jam-packed, and I probably shouldn't have stayed up this late. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. Kelly Bath, thank you for hanging out with us. I don't know if you're new here. Some of the questions that you asked kind of had me wondering, you know, and I don't want to call you out. I'm not trying to call you out to be like, are you a I'm not. But I was kind of wondering, like, is she somebody that may have heard some stuff, you know, that was maybe not correct? So if you are, I appreciate you for coming over here and really listening and, you know, asking the questions. Yes, I have a 17-year-old. She's about to be 18 in March. My daughter will be 18 in March. You would be suing him for 5,000. Oh. I don't know if you could sue him in LA when he lives in another state. See, that was my understanding. I would have to hire an attorney in the state that he lives in. Because I've talked about this at great length with my attorney. I've talked, I went to the sheriff's department, talked to them, and it's like a lot of steps. And they all kind of, they're like, listen, you could do it, but it's a lot. And it's going to cost a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of time and energy. And I've really just been like, I don't know if I want to do that. Yes, because she is living in Louisiana. See, my attorney said I would have to file where he lives for jurisdiction. Our daughters are 10 months apart. Oh. Kelly says, I've been around for a long time before Steve. Oh, you've been here for a minute then, huh, Kelly? Everyone, rest well. I have bags under my eyes tomorrow. Speaking of bags under my eyes, I got offered this product to try that is supposed to help with bags. Like you just rub it on your eye and the bag just soups up. But I'm like, I don't really have bags under my eyes, so who am I going to try it on? I don't know. But we'll do it anyways. And y'all know I'm like super like, my underneath my eyes is super sensitive to anything. So I'm hoping it doesn't like blow, like completely burn my eye. But I really wanted to try it. So anyways, anybody that watches this on a replay that follows Uni, that follows nonsense down the rabbit hole, that has heard them say XYZ, that you thought, oh my God, that was so terrible of Elle, please shoot me an email. Ask me your questions. I mean, I don't have a lot of time recently, like lately, but I don't mind answering questions. And if your main thing was I showed the body cam footage, like, I do apologize that you wouldn't have done it. It's something that you wouldn't do, but I am a true crime channel now. And I basically felt like it would give people closure to everybody that had all these questions about how did she act? Was the building big enough? You know, all these questions. It would give them closure. Now I had a reaction to eyelash extensions. It's been bad. Oh, Kelly said I follow Uni, KGP, and Nonsense. Well, Kelly, you're welcome here. I can tell you that they have all three lied on me a lot, and I can prove it. And I kind of did a while ago. If you go watch my video, the body cam footage, and like zoom through it, you will hear me say, first off, I just proved that I didn't do it for money. You don't make money. And Unirock has used that a lot, that I do this for money. Nonsense said that I would rather have you guys believe that Dre set him up. I never tried anything like that. My mom doesn't have bags either. My mom looks really young for her age. But I thank you for coming and hanging out. So yeah. Anyways, you guys, I bought these glass things that you put in the freezer, and I have one of those things that you roll underneath your eyes too. But I'm cooking eggs, pancakes, and bacon and bagels and avocado. Oh, that sounds so good, so good. I don't know what we're gonna cook, but I'm probably just gonna go inside and eat a bagel right now. I love the blueberry bagels with the blueberry spread. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Tomorrow, in between, I do think I'm going to do some work just because, like I said, true crime ain't cutting it. The views are fine, the growth is fine, but the CPM is. So I'm really, working to get that all up. You guys help me get this channel up and running because true crime don't make money, but reality TV does. So let's get this channel up and running. And oh, Lisa said, I ain't mean that she has bag just for older women. I get what you're saying. Okay. Good night, everyone. I love y'all. I hope everybody has a great night. I don't know how to end this. Bye, y'all. I love y'all too. I'm trying to figure out how to end this.